welcome to Keeping It Fresh. I'm Aaron Geml. I'm so happy to be back, and I'm even more excited about the man I'm interviewing that's joining me today. You may know him as Seattle's meanest doorman, Lewbert, from the hit show iCarly. He's also appeared on shows like Drake and Josh, Bunsen's a Beast, Modern Family, and even Progressive Insurance commercials. Is now part of a very prestigious improv group in Los Angeles called the Groundlings. It's the awesome and very talented Jeremy Rowley joining me. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for joining.
Woo! Put in all the sounds of millions of fans cheering, please.
So getting started, Jeremy, how did you get started in acting, and did you always know you wanted to be an actor?
I did. Well, from about middle school. I think most people have like that little moment that way, and mine was in middle school when they said there's a talent show, and I was like, I'll do a lip sync to a couple of songs. My favorite band's The Cure, so I did a lip sync to Love Cats by The Cure, and then I also was like, I got an idea for a funny one, and then the funny one was Get Your Motor Running, Head on the Highway, Steppenwolf, I think, and anyway, I made it funny, and when the audience laughed, I went, ooh, and then I never turned back, because I was like, when I got my first laugh on stage, I was like, I love this. And then the interesting thing was I went to college in Cal State San Bernardino, a lovely program that is very small and very nurturing. And I was like, I just want to be an actor. And every time I did comedic acting, I got a much better response. And so I sort of got pushed that way by what worked, you know? So that was kind of my journey, was like, I just want to be an actor. And then if I do something dramatic, it'd be like, oh, that went well. And if I do something comedic, it'd be like, hey, I love that. I want to see more of that. And so I sort of like took the note.
Yeah, especially. And speaking of that comedic, especially of that comedic acting, jumping to Nickelodeon's iCarly. First off, like I just, before we got started, along with most of the people that are watching, thank you so much for making us laugh as kids, and heck, even adults now on Paramount Plus. So, with the first iCarly, how did you audition for Lewbert, and what was it like for you getting the call for that part?
So, one of my earliest jobs was working on the Amanda Show on Nickelodeon, and then all that. So I had done a few Nickelodeon shows, and I'd done quite a few sketches on those shows. And the creator of that actually just called me up. So I had auditioned for those things, and then the creator of that says, "Hey, I got this role. I want you to come in and do it." And it's very cool as an actor to get told that, to not have to audition for something. And I came in and I was like, "Hey, what am I doing?" He's like, "Well, you're the grossest man on earth." And I was like, "Okay, that's fun." Yeah, like the most disgusting. And I think the first time I did it, he's like, "No, even more disgusting." And I was like, "Okay, as disgusting as we can make this guy." And then that was it. And he wasn't even necessarily going to be in more than one episode. And then he ended up being a fun part of the show. And then, look back to all the fun we've had. So that was like the story of Lewbert was, hey, come in and be gross. No, grosser. Okay, we got
it. And I'm glad that the character Lewbert appeared not in more than just one iCarly episode. You're now, that character is cemented along with the rest of the cast as part of the show. Because without Lewbert, I don't think there would be as funny sketches on iCarly than there would have been. So with that, what was it like working with Miranda, Jeanette, Nathan, and Jerry, especially because they were so young starting the series? And were they nervous when the series began, or were they when they came in on set? Were they like someone who's been working as an actor their entire life, even though they're just not even teenagers yet?
So I think everybody was appropriately nervous, and I was a little bit older than everybody else, a little bit older than Jerry, a lot older than the kids, and but Miranda had already been on Drake and Josh, so she had some experience, and everyone was really good at their job. So yes, there are kids who are nervous who want to do well, but everyone was always really nice, really professional, really good at their job.
going back to your character, Lewbert, there's so many laughs when it comes to the character, from messing with Lewbert, the muffin basket explosion,
Oh my God, yeah.
um, the loud and funny outbursts that your character would have throughout the series. What is it about the role that you played on iCarly that made it so special for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've never got, even since, been able to do a role where I just get to go completely nuts. Like, there's no one that was ever going to say, like, that was a little too much. And that's what a fun thing, what a gift, right? I think looking back, an interesting moment for me in the show that stands out is when I said, "Hey guys, I need a stunt double," because I used to do all the stunts myself, and then there was a point where my body was so beat up, and I would, we'd do like 30 takes, and I'd be like, the next day I couldn't get out of bed. I was like, I need a stunt double, and I remember what made me ask for it was when I read Lewbert opens a cabinet above his head, and thousands of golf balls fall on his head, and then he slips and falls on them. And I go, is that going to be like styrofoam or something? And they go, no, 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 it won't look good like that. And I said, well, I can't do it. I can't do that. And then they got a stunt guy who was amazing. He was always my same stunt guy. And I went up and I said, how are you going to do this? How are you going to fake it? And he goes, I'm just going to do it. And he just did it. And I was like, oh my gosh, he could have broken his back. I have so much respect for stunt people because, whoo. So that wasn't me doing that actual stunt. Props to the stunt community, and our stunt coordinator went on to win an Emmy. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Because obviously the stunts were so good. The fan falling on Lewbert.
The fan falling on Lewbert, muffin basket.
Oh, and the muffin basket. Can I tell you this? We did 2 takes. What you guys saw is the second take. The first take was bigger and blew him farther out of the room. And it was too violent. They were like, you know what? That was so violent. That's going to scare kids. We got to do a smaller explosion. So the one you saw is the smaller explosion.
Wow. Okay. I had no clue. That's unbelievable. I thought that take was the only take that you guys had. So
no, they did 2 of those, at least 2. Yeah, 2 for sure 2, because I remember them going, oh no, that one was that explosion was too explosive.
It was too explosive. So when iCarly ended on Nickelodeon 2012, we thought it was the last time we were going to see all these characters. But in 2021, Paramount Plus made their adult iCarly. Everyone's grown up. Everyone's now just adjusting to the real adult world. Was it a no-brainer for you when you got the call to reprise your role as Lewbert in this series?
Oh, heck yeah. I wanted to come back because it was such a nice group of people, and I have a warm spot in my heart for the character. And so I absolutely wanted to come back. And then it didn't disappoint. It was so much fun. And our new showrunner, Ali Schouten, was amazing and created a nice atmosphere on set, and everybody was taken care of. And I loved the new characters. I loved Jaden and Lacey, who are literally no longer the new characters. They are just, an integral part of the show. They're so talented and wonderful. By the way, in LA, in October, I'm going to be at SplatCon, which is a Nickelodeon convention for 2 days. And it's just all Nickelodeon stuff. And I think Nathan's going to be there and Jaden's going to be there too.
There you go. If you're a big Nickelodeon fan, if you love iCarly, if you love that era of Nickelodeon television, head out to LA for SplatCon to meet Jeremy, Nathan, and so many other Nickelodeon stars out there. That sounds like it's going to be an awesome time.
October 19th and 20th in Los Angeles at the Hilton Los Angeles Airport, which sounds weird to me. It's Hilton Airport Los Angeles. It's some weird, I'm like, is that the order that goes in? But it is. Anyway.
So October 19th and 20th, make sure you get out there. So Jeremy, this is something that I have done for years now with every awesome person that I've been able to meet with. It's called Rapid Fire 7. 7 just quick, either 1 or 2 word or 1 sentence answers to these questions, just to get to know you, just to get to know you more, what you like and stuff like that. So, first question, your favorite go-to snack?
Donut.
What kind?
Maple bar.
Yes. Mine too. Yes. Favorite iCarly episode you were a part of?
Uh, uh, Dating Mrs. Benson.
Yes. All right. Your
Creepy,
favorite
creepy
thing
basement.
your favorite thing about improv?
Ooh, um, being supportive, connecting.
Favorite music artist of all time?
Robert Smith, The Cure.
Will you be attending the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles? And if so, what event do you want to see?
I will, and I mean, I would. My number one would be gold medal game for the women's and men's basketball, but I'd also love to see volleyball, gymnastics. I could go on swimming, but number one, basketball. Big basketball fan.
Awesome. New York, Chicago, Detroit, or California pizza?
So, okay, I'm gonna say Chicago, and then I gotta explain that I'm not a big traveler, and so bad person to ask. I haven't had enough pizza in my life. I mostly lived in California in my life, so like I haven't had a lot of the best pizza out there. I literally had Chicago pizza once, and it was great.
All right. And but and finally, the coolest thing about being a father.
uh, uh, every day, every day, my guy. Oh my gosh, that kid. Just getting to make him happy, just getting to play with him. That's the cool thing.
That's awesome. So going back now, as a fan, did you meet your wife, Danielle, who played Nor Dershlet on the show on set, or did you know her previously?
Oh, funny story. So we had both been on iCarly, never on the same episode. We both had been at the Groundlings Theater, but never met there. We're at a party with mutual friends, or sort of an event, and we meet, and we hit it off. And then as we start talking, it's like, I'm on iCarly. Oh, I'm on iCarly. I'm on iCarly too. I'm at the Groundlings. Oh, I'm at the Groundlings too. And then look back, you never look back. We got married, we had a kid, and everything's amazing. But we had traveled in all the same circles and just never run into each other yet. And we even figured out that uh, many years before we met, we had both gone to Paris, France, independently, and we were there at the same time,
Oh,
but
wow.
didn't run into each other. So it's like we kept almost connecting in life. Pretty neat.
And then eventually all the stars aligned.
Yeah.
All the stars aligned for you two for you guys to meet, fall in love, and start a family. That's awesome. And it's also weird. I just, making that connection that your characters never appeared on the same episodes together.
It's true. Although we did get to do an episode of Henry Danger where we played different characters and we were weirdo husband and wife, Schwaz's
That's right. That's right.
relatives. Yeah. So we did get to work together once, but not as those characters. Yeah.
That's weird.
So I never got to meet the chicken. I never got to meet her chicken.
You never got to meet Maurice. That's so going back to the Groundlings. So now tell me about that group in Los Angeles. I was reading last night of just all the many people that have been involved in that group that's been around since 1974. What do you guys do there, and how did you get involved with them?
So it's improv and sketch, and it's everybody from Pee Wee Herman, Will Ferrell, Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph. Like the list of amazing people that come through there is never ending. It's a place where you get to go and take classes, eventually, hopefully, get to become a part of the company where you perform all the time. And that's what happened for me. I was very lucky. And I still perform there occasionally. I've done a few improv shows in the last few months. I landed there in the 90s. I knew nothing about improv. I learned improv there, and then it became my home. It became the place where, my career is entirely comes from being at the Groundlings, my family, the love of my life. Like I got everything from the Groundlings. It's such a wonderful place, and it's still going strong. And there's great shows there. I'm going there tonight to do a panel on people who have come from the Groundlings who've been in a lot of commercials. So it's me and my friend Stephanie Courtney, who's Flo on Progressive, Jim Cashman, who's Jamie,
Oh,
Laurel Kopic, who is the Toyota spokesperson for years and years and years,
yes.
and then Liberty Mutual. David is the guy with the emu.
I was gonna say, is the emu gonna be there?
Doug, no, no, and I can't remember if he's Doug or the emu's Doug, but whatever. The emu would not be there, but David will. David Hoffman, and so we're doing like a panel on people who've done commercials from Groundlings. I've been very lucky in my life. It's all come from the Groundlings, but I've been able to do voiceover. I got a new show coming out where I'm a character. I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. I wish I could say, but I got a new cartoon coming out where I'm one of the voices, and I've been on quite a few animated shows. I I've done all the kids shows live action like iCarly. I've done the regular live action shows like Reno 911 and Key and Peele and Modern Family. I'm a voice when you go to Disneyland. If you go to the Millennium Falcon ride, when you're in line, you hear my voice the whole time playing a character. And all of these things come from eventually they go lead back to somebody meeting me at the Groundlings or seeing me at the Groundlings. I'm just so lucky.
Wow. So you're even involved with Star Wars and being involved in the parks and all that kind. Wow.
Tangentially, yeah, because I somebody saw me at the Groundlings and asked me to consult with the Imagineers for years and years. I used to consult with the Imagineers and help them brainstorm and create projects for the parks, and that was just a wonderful job. And my buddy Corey Rouse and Asa Kalama, they're like these geniuses who are full-time Imagineers, and they brought me in on that. But it all comes back from to the Groundlings. Like it's such a special place where if you want to put out good stuff, people come there and they'll see it, and then nature takes its course.
Oh, wow. So that is, I before this, before I knew that we were going to be speaking, I didn't know the Groundlings were, but I now know that it's now a huge, it's a huge hub for many, many actors and actresses to basically, in a sense, get their feet wet to, how get their feet wet to explore so many different many different venues, different ventures, and when it comes to acting.
And it also helped me start my business because I fell in love with improv, and I found that I really have a passion for helping people with improv. People who are trained and skilled at improv, I can help them, and I can also help people who have never had any improv experience at all. So I have a business doing that where I help, whether it's people at DreamWorks, I help the UCLA business program. I go in a couple times a year and I teach these students at UCLA that are tend to be on the less outgoing side, but are just brilliant at getting their masters in business. I'll help them through improv exercises, kind of come out of their shell and do better improv, do better interviewing when they have to interview, do better working with their coworkers and collaborating and kind of bringing out the essence of who they are. I have a client, Mortensen, that's out near you. That's a big construction firm, and every couple of years we do a big workshop to help their leaders at Mortensen become better leaders through communication and teamwork skills with improv. And so I have a business doing that as well.
Wow. So right now, and at your point of your career, you're just doing just doing everything
Yeah,
from live acting, voiceovers, teaching, improv, you jack of
personal
all trades.
development. It's pretty cool, and writing. I wrote on an animated show on Fox called Bless the Hearts that came on after The Simpsons for a few years. I've sold a couple of pilots. I'm always writing. You know, the difficult thing about the entertainment industry right now is that you have to do a million things to make a living. And then the part for me that's kind of awesome is that along the way in my career over the last few decades, I just sort of started having fun in a lot of different areas, and all of it's taken off. So I more feel like I get to do all these things. But if I were just specializing, I said, I only do improv, I only do voiceover, I only write. Nowadays, that's a lot harder to do. So I feel like I'm very lucky to have all these different opportunities.
Yeah. And so before we go, Jeremy, is there anything that you got going on? Anything that you got going on or coming up besides BlackCon in mid-October that you want to get out there, people should know about or go follow? This is your time to talk to them and just say, let's go follow me here. This is coming up. Come see me at this.
I'm on Instagram. I'm Mr. Jeremy Rowley. So you can always find updates on me there. So that's a good spot to go. For improv, like I said, I have my business, Improv Consulting. If you have a business that you'd like to do some like teamwork, team building, leadership, communication exercises, stuff like that, rowleyimprov@gmail.com is the place to reach me for any improv stuff. And also, I'm teaching a class for people with improv experience who want to become masters once a month in Los Feliz, which is in Los Angeles. rowleyimprov@gmail.com. You can find out more about that. If you're just interested in improv in general, hit me up at my Gmail, and I'm adding stuff all the time. I'm thinking about doing a Zoom thing. I'm thinking about adding different courses, when I have time. And I wish I could talk about my cartoon because but they won't let me. I don't want to get fired.
Yeah, that's something that we can all hang our hats on and look forward to. So Jeremy Rowley, you can catch him on streaming on Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon's, and Paramount Plus's original series of iCarly, along with so many other shows. You catch him on Hulu with Modern Family, along with Henry Danger on Paramount Plus as well. And I have to ask Jeremy before we go, can we get a little bit of Lewbert?
We can. If you're there at home, hold your ears, because here it comes.
More people in my lobby.
Get these people out of my
lobby. So, Jeremy Rowley, thank you so much for coming on, talking just about your career and all the wonderful things that you're doing to just make everyone just stop and laugh a little bit more. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Aron. It's been fun.
And there you have it. Wow, that was unbelievable. Just hearing Jeremy's story from the very beginnings to going to iCarly, on Nickelodeon, to being casted in all these other roles, going back to iCarly on Paramount Plus, and his improv group in Los Angeles. And again, if you're a big Nickelodeon fan, if you live in California or close to the West Coast, it's BlackCon, October 19th and 20th of 2024 out in Los Angeles. It's going to be a great time. He's going to be there. Nathan Kress, who plays Freddy, he's also going to be out there as well. Along with so many other Nickelodeon stars, past and present, are going to be out there. As well. So hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure you like us on all your social media feeds as well. And I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, keep it fresh.